What's good, guys? Polipopo here, and today I'm going to go ahead and show you something with these plugins with the program edit, sorry. And what I want to do is show you that you got all the power in your MPC already to do basically everything that you need to do. You just have to slow it down. It's like going to a guitar and you grab a chord and you just hit the chord really, really fast and like, and you're like, where is the song? And well, you gotta slow it down. We all have that energy where we want to let out everything that we want, all of our ideas all at once, but you just have to take one step at a time. Meaning, if you take that chord and play one string at a time, you can hear everything a little more calm, and everything seems to blend and make more sense. Being said, I had no idea what I was getting into whenever I got into my modular rig. I went out and bought the Lifeforms Evo Foundation kit from Pittsburgh Modular, and it was the last one that they had. And I'm very proud to have it, and it's just this top row, anything really silver. The keyboard, the little Lifeforms KB1, it's got a lot of cool features on it, but I just can't play a keyboard, like that. It'd be like typing on your keyboard like this. It's just a little weird for me. So I might have to flip that down and do something with it, or get a separate box or buy more modules. But that's the whole point of the video, is about I had no idea what I was doing, right? And when I'm very familiar with the MPC, and of course you got tube synth. I've made 1,000 songs with tube synth, honestly. Probably one of the best of the three synthesizers on the MPC. I use it in standalone, but when you're looking at these plugins, and this is what we're going to get into today, guys, it's going to take something very, very simple, like an A chord on a guitar. I'm just going to play one little, thing like this, and I'm going to explain to you how to utilize your plugins and everything. This way you can get sounds like this. And we're just going to go in here and play with just a tube synth today. I might get into some of the other ones. Probably be a good idea to get into some of the other ones. But what I'm saying is, and I'm gonna show and compare the different modules that you get in your MPC and the advantages that you can take besides rerouting them and everything. But each track has its own brand new slate of plugins, which is beautiful. So the same way modular works, this actually can teach you. This actually taught me everything that I know so far about my attack, decay, sustain, release. And come here, I want to show you this, but it's very, very cool. If you're looking for a good teacher and you're into modular, this breaks it all down for you. All you have to do is sit in here and mess with this, and I'm going to show you this, and it's going to be so, like, it just made sense to me whenever I started messing with this, how it was routing itself in here to get these songs, what it was asking me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's where I would plug the wire into to get the sounds that I need for my modular rig. And there's nothing wrong with these plugins, the tube synth and bassline electric. My favorite's the Loom. If it was in standalone, it'd be a game changer. But yeah, I just really, really think that it's a beautiful thing, because not only that, but now you got your own sounds. what I'm saying? And we didn't have that before. Before, all we were using was tube synth acceleration, the one that goes like wow, 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 wow. And if I want to save this, I can just save it, which is really, really dope. And for track one, we were just using the default one that pops up. Let's zoom in here. I want to show you guys this stuff because it's really important, okay? And I don't want you to go out and blow a bunch of money and then be like me, where you have all this good stuff and you're like, I don't even know where to start. But the MPC actually did it again, man, where it's like AI. They should have named it AI instead of akai. Because without them knowing, they're doing a lot more for you. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but thank you very much, akai, because it's basically a user manual for any module, any kind of blueprint that you could think of. I'm telling you, when you get in here and you hit your program edit and you look at all this stuff that I'm going to show you right here, it explains exactly. And I'm going to do a compare and contrast to my rig to what this does. We might even compare the sounds and see what happens. But it's very exciting because just off of that one sound, you can get a million different sounds by just turning these damn knobs. And those are very powerful. So I chose those because I'm in standalone, and those are my plugins. Now, some people spend $4,000 or $5,000 on plugins. I spend $4,000 or $5,000 on little boxes that are plugins. I plan on using them. It makes me have to use them. They're not just sitting somewhere I can't see. I have to use them. Alright, I am just excited about this. Let's go. Real quick, about that whole Akai Force update, I'm not hating on the box whatsoever. It's a nice machine where you want to learn how to, it's really easy. Just load up your 8 different plugins. Track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Copy your rows and delete your rows out. You got your whole song. I mean, it's a lot bigger and easier to see that whenever you, I don't know, I'm not trying to arrange beats on an iPhone, which I'm not hating on, it's just the screen's a little small. I wouldn't even use that on my MPC and standalone, honestly. If I want to bounce, all you have to do to get that workflow is get yourself a computer monitor, hook this up into your computer, and when you open up your MPC software, whenever you go to track 1, say you got 20 tracks, just bounce them all down to audio. It's real easy. You just go in here, track 4, like that, bounce to audio track right there. And while you do that, it'll show your audio tracks, and then you can go to your mixer, audio mixer, and arrange it the same way. So I don't want to hear any more talk about Force killing MPC or anything like that because of that update, because it's been out on the MPC for a while. It just doesn't look the same. Alright guys, so check this out. This is what I'm talking about. On my main oscillator up here, this is oscillator 1, oscillator 2. So just take this box and put it up in that top left hand corner. It's the exact same thing. It's got 2 oscillators, one affects the other one. You can sync them together, and it's got modulation and everything like that down. Just think of these bottom patches as mixer, how it says mixer filter, envelope, LFO, and setup. And it's got that little arrow right here where you can keep going on. Just imagine those as different modules that you can plug into. So right now we have oscillator, sub-oscillator, like everything. See how it says square? We're at 96% square right now. So that would be, out of my outputs up there, it's the same thing. It says sine, saw, blade, sub, and pulse. Here it is right here. Square, pulse, and you can control how much pulse, how much square, saw, try. See, I don't have try. I do not have try, so that's what I would be using on this. Really, really cool stuff. The fine tune, it's got a fine tune knobs right up there. It's this exact same thing. This module costs about $500. Okay. Now look, right into your mixer, you got your gain. The cutoff. What's really dope is you can control the cutoff and record the automation by hitting the read-write automation while you're playing, and just be like, okay, now I want it to sound like this, and kind of juggle back and forth between tracks and hit up your modules and be able to affect them in real time. I'm just saying it's a really, really cool workflow. Now let's say from the mixer it's going oscillator 2, which I don't even have a gain or anything like that up there. It's either on, it's just volume for me. I don't have these controls, key, track, and drive. But as far as my mixer, oscillator 1, 2, sub-os, ring mod, I do have a mixer right there. That's exactly what it is. And the low-pass filter, that's my binary filter. It does the same thing. The envelope, the attack, decay, sustain, release, that is also, I got two, attack, decay, sustain, release, just like here. Two of them, same thing. It's exactly the same. And the shape for LFO1, LFO2. Now what is LFO1, 2? You could either look on the rack and find something that says LFO, or just plug a LFO, meaning the sine wave, out of one of these oscillators, or out of one of the filters, most likely an oscillator. You can take this little sine wave right here, a little wiggly, slow it down, and feed it into, apparently, this sound. So it would make the sound go up and down. That's what these little knobs do, presets. If I turn it up on A, my VCR level, I turn it up, it'll make it go up and down. I don't have to plug anything in to do that, so that's pretty cool about the double helix oscillator. The controller destinations, these are taking these wires and plugging them into where you want them. The velocity of the amp, the velocity of the cutoff, the depth. This is a lot of stuff that you can do with the voices. For the aftertouch, you can even set this to oscillator 1 shape, oscillator 2 shape, and you look at this and you're like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, okay, the aftertouch. So when I hit a key, it's going to be like on the cutoff that we hit on the main page here. It's going to go like whenever I hit a pad. So it just teaches you so much. And these modules right here, I don't have a chorus module, but this module right here would cost you about $200 or $300 by itself. I guarantee it. Let's see, delay. This one right here, I do have a delay. It's an analog replicator. This delay is better. To just straight up tell you, no, not hating on anything life forms or anything like that, but this delay is better. It's got your feedback, mix, frequency, your width, high pass frequency. It's just a lot more, it's just beautiful, actually. Reverb. I have a reverb, and it's got speed, pre-delay, absorb, depth, tilt, decay, and it's got a lot of cool stuff. But this one has low cut, high cut, mix, and it's normalized to these 3 plugins. So whatever I do to one affects all 3. I was having a hard time understanding sample and hold, and this thing actually has a sample and hold. modulation, what you're going to modulate, this whole LFO, these LFOs are going to modulate what? The filter envelope. And it's so cool because you can copy this track. And affect both of these, and then you can have like dual freaking banjo fighting. You gotta put these on drift. It's just a really cool thing. And like I said, I was really intimidated whenever it came to different modules on and you're spending a lot of money on this stuff. And like this data one, I bought that basically to get my my sampler, because all I really wanted to do is be able to see my audio waves whenever they came in. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to see them move. Now if the screen would show what excuse me. Now you can't assign, you can't just take out and plug, you got to do a little menu diving, but all the options are right there for you to go ahead and start having fun. And as far as layering, like right up here I have a splitter, this way I can play dual phonic, or like watch this, check this out. Get out of here. Microtune, fine octaves. Ring mod key track. See, slope hold, start time, start, hold, release. It kind of breaks it down here for you. Trying to see, look right here, the setup. If you went for one voice, this would be like me just playing it out of one voice. Now, if I plug this into my Behringer Neutron and I blended them, that'd be like me copying the track and putting it into a separate. It would give me two voices. No, I like four voices. Again, guys, I think this is just phenomenal. And the amount of, and this is just one, and it's not my favorite. It is my favorite in standalone. But don't forget to go in here and do this. And the whole reason I even do this, the whole reason to do this, and the whole reason I even do any of this, is so now when I go back to my main and I'm on, it says tube synth default, I got this sound. It's just a beautiful thing. You got these crazy. I just like to let that art play. sound. Just really neat. And that's the whole point of you even buying modulars, so that you can go in there every day and make little bitty sounds. And what's really dope, you just hit this folder. If you like the sound, save it to your folder that says samples or whatever in your internal drive or on an SD card, and you're good to go. You can call it up anytime. If you're like, okay, I'm going to go back to my last patch, be like, bam, which is impossible. Impossible. It's impossible to go back to the last anything on here. If it's 20 degrees cooler outside, it's not going to make the same sound. It's alive. It's not going to happen. Alright guys, I'm Polipopo. I've gone off enough about this whole thing, and I would sit here all day long and I would go over the different, maybe I could do a video where I'm going over the different plugins, but we've seen them, but I want you guys to see the stuff, man. Get in here and look at this. Real quick, let's look at baseline. Alright, it's not even, let's look at electric. New program, don't matter. Okay. Oh my god, it looks so, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? I could sit in here all day long and just look at that. Do you see that? Okay, I gotta go. This is too much. I get so excited. Look at that. You know how expensive this is? Look at that. Pfft, please. They give you so much. Again, I don't know if they knew about this, but without that, there's stuff that I didn't know that I could do in my modular rig just by, they made different plugins with just a chorus, a delay, and a compressor. That's how they made that. To make electric, they used, oh my god, noise. They used 2 delay spring reverbs. Okay. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff, and it costs a lot of jack, dude. And if you were to get a module that could record automation and do this kind of stuff, what? Nah, dude. MPC's killing it. Killing it. Alright, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.